All right, it's another great day for the corrupted bear build. I've been having a lot of fun with this. Actually, this has been a great build so far. I'm level 34, so a bit of a jump ahead from last time. You know, again, I kind of wanted to talk about not the same things, so I figured we jumped right to 34. We'll talk about some of the changes I made. Now, last time we had a few issues. I was worried about generating rage. I was also worried about spreading corruption, and we felt a little squishy. Some of that has been resolved. So right now, and this is a temporary solution, there's definitely other ways we can go about generating rage, but anger management makes this so much easier. You start pretty much every fight, or at least half the fights, with at least 50 rage. Right now I'm sitting at 100 rage, so that just makes trying to get that corruption off and then spamming swipe to then heal a lot easier. So that's great. It also gives us a damage reduction on charge, which we did pick up. Charge is just a great ability. Now, nothing else has changed in the warrior tree. In the warlock tree, we got two things. Well, we got multiple things. We got nightfall, so that's going to allow us to benefit from the shadow bolt. The shadow bolt side of this build. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, with the corrupted bear build we're going, every time we get a shadow bolt, if it procs from nightfall or backlash, we can then cast that in bear form, and it turns into an AoE ability. It can hit 2 additional people, so allowing us to finally proc that is great. We also have Siphon Life. It's giving us a little more healing. I haven't noticed it being insane yet, but again, hopefully as we kind of get deeper into this build, it's gonna start adding up a lot. With demonology, I do have demonic Aegis here. Really, I mean, it seems like it fits perfectly. It gives us armor, so we're tankier. It increases healing from our abilities, so including, you know, obviously the enchant we're running and the talent we have from corruption. Hopefully this is going to start stacking up as well. And of course, in destruction, we got Shadow Bolt needed for the previous mentioned talent, along with backlash. So again, just a lot of AoE damage kind of going out. We destroy damage meters. I'll say that we do really good damage meters. Now you might be asking yourself, hey, if we're spamming all these Shadow Bolts, you know, backlash makes it a free shadow bolt, but nightfall doesn't. Are we gonna have mana issues? Actually, backlash only reduces the mana by 50%. Are we gonna have mana issues? My initial thought was yes, so I went ahead and tried to resolve that with a epic enchant. That epic enchant being Alabec. Butchering that name, I'm sure, but when struck by melee or range attacks, you have a 5% chance of gaining 20% of your base mana. Now, there's a bunch of neat little enchants that will do something similar. There's another enchant that gives you mana based off how much you're healing, and that will also apply with others healing you. That would be another great alternative. I tried this build in PvP, and I'm gonna show a little screenshot of that. A top damage, as you would expect from a tank build, right? So yeah, so with that in mind, that's why I picked up Albeck, in case I wanted to do any other PvP. But the other enchant, and let me find that real quick. So spiritual attunement, this can be a really great spell, especially later on if we're trying to work with different epic enchants, and obviously we have that limit of 3. This is gonna give us mana when healed by friendly target spells. The amount of mana gained is equal to 4% of the amount healed. So obviously as a tank, we're getting a lot of that healing. This is a great alternative. So we'll talk about maybe later on we'll want to switch. Right now, we're gonna be rocking with that, with the Albeck. So otherwise, I mean, nothing too crazy. We did finish off the improved righteous fury, so this is gonna mean we're taking reduced damage. We also have devotion aura now, just for more armor, frost armor for more armor, and then aspect of the monkey for dodge chance. I mean, really nothing too crazy going on. We ended up picking up savage defense, which is just, again, another great damage reduction kind of thing. I forget if we had survival instincts last time, but we do now. This is a great ability to proc when I'm feeling very scared, so we'll probably see that. And that's it. And I do just want to give a quick shout out to anyone who's been interacting with the previous video in the comments. I have changed a few add-ons, so hopefully we'll see that. And there was comments about Pestilence. I would really like if Pestilence works. So if anyone finds out a way to make it work, definitely let me know. That's the only issue I'm still having at this point. It's spreading that corruption. Now, I also saw a comment about Bash and Thrash. This is definitely something I do want to try out. Bash is a great ability, so I wouldn't mind picking that up. We already planned on picking up Mangle. This will also allow Enrage to trigger off Bash, and Enrage is a great ability. This might hypothetically solve all of our rage issues, so we could take some points out of anger management. Now, so far with Enrage, so obviously this allows Maul to hit multiple targets. When I've been using Enrage and Maul have been hitting those targets, I have not noticed corruption spread onto those targets as well. It seems to only be the main target. Now, if that is not the case and it can spread on multiple targets at the same time, that's going to be fantastic, and I'll definitely use Bash and Thrash. That's just not something I've noticed so far, but again, we're very early on. Otherwise, I really don't have anything to mention. We did switch from a two-handed to a shield, just again more armor. I'm not sure if bears can block. I haven't noticed any block procs come up, but if it does, news to me. We will queue up for some dungeons, and then just like last time, I'll just do a quick cut here so you guys don't have to spend potentially 5 hours with me waiting for this dungeon. But yeah, so again, I'll cut to that, and just thank you so much. The other video is great. I'm glad people have been really interested in seeing this build. I'm really interested in making it, and so far it seems like it's really working. I mean, the last couple dungeons I've done, not only are we top damage, second damage, we're also not dying. So that's always a bonus. Right now, I'll do a cut. I just did a cut. I'm doing cuts. I'm putting this in here because I forgot to mention we did change a few add-ons. Not Skada, because Skada's it's growing on me. We added a add-on called Tiny Plates, and let me see if I can show that. One of the recommendations I saw was to get a add-on to better show the nameplate, so we can kind of see when corruption applies and when it's falling off. So I'm giving it a shot. I haven't used Tidy Plates before, so this dungeon we're about to go into will be my first attempt with it. So hopefully it works. I think it's gonna make things a lot easier when we're trying to manage that corruption, especially later on if we have a better way of spreading it. So I got that, and I also got, I think it's Weak Aura. Yes, okay, I got Weak Aura. I'm not gonna go into what all this means because this took me like 30 minutes to try to figure out. But basically, since we have Shadow Trance and since we have Backlash, these should hopefully pop up whenever they're ready to be used. That will just let me better see when to actually use them. So if anyone is trying to recreate this build and they need help setting up their weak auras or anything like that, definitely let me know. But for the video right now, it's gonna take like 10 minutes in itself, so I'm not gonna go into that. But definitely leave a comment and I'll be sure to let you know. But otherwise, again, we'll just cut to the dungeon. All right, so I'm jumping in again. We're actually at 23 minutes on this queue. It's ridiculous. But one thing I noticed looking at some of the footage back, Albeck here says it requires level 60, and I just wanted to address that really quickly. From what I've seen from the gameplay I've been doing with it, the requires level 60 seems to be incorrect, because there's points to where I randomly get a big chunk of mana back. And it's not through a level, it's randomly in the middle of a fight, and I just get this big old chunk of mana. I don't have any other abilities that's giving me mana. right? I have some things that will reduce the cost of mana, for some, like Shadow Bolt being the main one, but I don't have anything that is going to be giving me, you know, 15% of my mana back, you know, on something. I mean, Shadow Trance reduces mana, but it doesn't give me any, right? Same with Backlash, and these are going to be the only ones that kind of have a proc. I mean, unless there's a weird interaction with something I have like Savage Defense, but I mean, I could be really dumb, just like from the Hunter build, and something staring me right in the face. But again, right now, this says it requires level 60. I think that's incorrect. So just want to address that. All right, we're able to find a group. Oh, what a tough process. Let me just make sure I have everything I'm supposed to have up. I think I do. Okay. Now we get to see this build in action. So you're immediately going to notice the add-on is a little different. So it should be able to tell us what the people have up. And right now, I mean, just looking at the damage, and I'm not really getting even any procs. I got a Backlash proc immediately. But we deal damage. We deal damage. Now, for the most part, there's also no real issue with holding aggro. Now, if you get really unlucky and you start missing things right away, sure, then you're gonna have some issues like in the beginning of the fight. But like with the corruption we're putting on and the Shadow Bolt we randomly get, there's a lot of just AoE damage that we're putting out, which is gonna be a good explanation for why we deal so much damage. Help me! Nah! Oh, bad start. Yeah, that's the only thing, is because we deal AoE damage, sometimes you just pull something maybe you didn't intend to. Which I don't think I pulled anything there. I don't think that was a me thing, but someone definitely pulled something. It ended up being a lot. But we should be able to get back into it here. Oh, no. Yeah, I also had my War Stomp available. I could have used that and probably survived. But, you know, you live, you learn. Just wait. I gotta put my buffs back up. Actually, I think they're all up except Righteous Fury. Oh, okay. So you see this guy pulling stuff when neither me or the healer have mana. Hypothetically, I'll probably get some mana back from this, actually. But that's all right. Some people just have to go. They just have to go do something. This should be fun. It's probably not the best. I like opening up with a swipe just so I can make sure I have aggro. Ideally, I would just spread a bunch of corruption, but I'm sure you can kind of see how really the only limiting factor that I've been able to notice is how fast you can spread corruption. Now, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the video as well. The limiting factor right now is that I can't find a way to spread corruption. The Enrage, making Maul hit multiple targets, I've never noticed it spread corruption. So if it does, I would love to see it, but I haven't noticed it yet. One thing I also want to notice, because I kind of talked about how the healing would scale with swipe. I'm finding out that it actually scales with your attack power. It's going to scale with how much damage you're currently dealing. So if you're dealing a lot of damage with your swipe, you're gonna have a lot of healing, assuming of course they have corruption on them. So that makes me a little hesitant to go into spell power more. It makes me hesitant to go into mental quickness, I believe is the talent that would give you spell power based off spell power based off attack power. So we'll see. I do want to test it out, if nothing else, because I think testing it out would still be a good idea. Now, if it turns out to actually be good, that would be sick. But from my understanding of how this build has been going, it does not seem like it's gonna be a lot. The corruption is doing decent damage, though. Don't get me wrong. Oh, someone pulled. Oh, I didn't see the rare. Okay. Well, see, in this case, I'm glad they're pulled, because I would not have seen this. I would definitely not have seen this. Now, do we want any? Ooh, kind of want that. Don't really want the two-handed, though. Now we're gonna do that so we get a little extra health. Again, it's a really good, like, oh, I'm about to die button. And look at this again, Shadow Trance. Look at that damage. Like, you can't tell me that this is a bad build. It's just not. I would not stand for it. We're only gonna get tankier as time goes on. There's only gonna be, I mean, at this point, I'm pretty happy with some of the AoEs we have, but you could definitely switch some of them out. And, you know, considering this is our first run at this, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good, at least on the damage front. Plus, we're having, I mean, obviously the damage would be factor why we're not having issues holding aggro, but it feels muy bueno. See. That being said, I just want to get healed. Hello. Oh, we can take a look at the healing real quick. Not as much healing as I kind of hoped for going into it. I mean, I'll leave it on healing for a minute. Yeah, I'll leave it on healing for a minute. Not as much healing as I would have hoped for, but not bad. Definitely not. Oh, okay, we pulled those apparently. That's fine. I guess we wanted to do a bigger pull. Let me just do that. Look at the war stop, and then we just big AoEs. Just big AoEs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, what are you doing? No one can stop us. Right? Right, team? I think that's the end of the dungeon, so. All right, easy as that. So I think we performed pretty well in that dungeon. I'm gonna take a look at some of the stats here, so I'll just move this to the middle of the screen. Now, in my eyes, the most impressive thing is the damage, so I kind of want to point that out really quickly. I will queue us up for another dungeon because I'd love to get one more in here, just with how long it takes to queue us. So let's go to the Scarlet Torturer here. So this is a fight didn't do as good on, surprisingly. Let me look at our healing to see if no, again, the healing is a little lackluster. That is gonna go up as we get more damage on our swipe, as we find new ways to spread corruption. Right now it's just not. Oh, that was a really fast queue. But right now it's just not. Oh, I can't. Hello? Right now it's just not it. But again, the damage is still wild. I mean, considering. Okay, well, we'll just get back into it. Is this the same dungeon? Oh, hold on. Ah, I'm not ready. No, current fight. Okay, we're ready now. Now let me try to do a big pull. I'm reluctant to see if this will work, but I do want to try it. Now, I guess this isn't a massive pull, but 2 groups. And again, you'll notice that even when I'm doing the AoE maul, the corruption doesn't seem to be spreading. So, again, maybe we'll find something else, but right now, anything... I'm definitely gonna try Bastion Thrash, but I would assume it works the same way as Enrage, with how it just makes it, oh, hello? It makes it an AoE ability. So I don't think it's gonna work as we really want it to. But I mean, I'm never running out of mana, so that Albic enchant definitely has to be working, right? Like, that's the only thing I have to generate mana. Like, what else would I be getting mana from? We're definitely not taking a lot of damage anymore, which is good. So I feel like we're pretty tanky. Now we'll definitely be going more tank stuff in the future. I really should be looking at this gear, by the way. I'm too excited about the build. I'm not paying attention to anything that's dropping. And then we have, oh geez, and we have Shadow Trance. Oh no, I was able to use it. Bada bing, bada boom. Now this will be the kicker on it, how well we do in this room. I don't think we can pull the whole room because that would probably be a little ridiculous. What are you doing? You're walking up to me? You're approaching me. Trying to make that reference, but I forget how it goes. Probably not a good reference anyway, depending on who you ask. Look at that. These are the range pulls you want to see. Oh, let me just. This is why you want Growl. Growl is just a good ability. We'll do that. They're really, we could just pull infinitely, right? Like, we're staying at pretty much full health. Our healer is doing fantastic on mana. The only thing stopping me from fooling more is my own self-doubt that I'm gonna pull one mob too many and just get wrecked. Oh, kind of like that. Kind of like that, but oh, I messed it up. Okay, we're good. Sometimes you think you have a Shadow Trance proc and you don't, so then you get out. Oh, there we go. I mean, I feel like a lot of this is probably, this is a great healer. But I like to think that our additional healing is also making a difference. You know what I mean? Oh, this was a lot. Oh, that's even more. Maybe these guys just don't do damage, actually. Or maybe I'm getting really lucky with dodges, because I feel like I'm really not taking damage. I just want to see this number go up. Let me just... Oh, yeah. I mean... What do you even say? What do you even say about that? And I'm still not top DPS, which is kind of surprising. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't really care about strength in this build, surprisingly enough. Pretty sure we have to pull this whole room, right? Because otherwise we'll just aggro the boss. Now we would be killing this even faster if we weren't down to DPS. I just realized. I wonder how long we've been down that DPS. The Shadow Bolt and backlash feels really good, by the way. I just want to stress that I love seeing those procs come up, and then I just, so good. Whoever that person went from full health to 0 health. Okay, that's crazy. Someone got fucking crit. Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure if we pull that guy, we'll pull the guys on the side. So let's worry about them first. If I see one time it applies corruption to multiple targets, I'll be happy with this Maul. I don't know if it's like an internal cooldown thing to where it can't. I mean, it seems like this spell is taking your hit chance. So if you have a high spell hit chance and you hit Maul, you'll then also hit the corruption. But it seems like they can resist the corruption separately to the Maul, if that makes any sense. So I think that's why sometimes we don't see a lot of hits on the corruption. But it's kind of tough. I wish that there was some mode to where I can better test some of these things, but all the training dummies in Orgrimmar are level 70, so I have to run all the way up. Okay, well that's fine. I wasn't intending to pull all this, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Oh, maybe if I'm stunned for 5 years. Give me the corruption. No, yeah, sometimes you just... Again, it's all about if corruption spreading or not. If I had better corruption spread, I think our overall healing would go up by a lot too. And our damage, because we'd get more Nightfall procs. And our healing, because of Siphon Life. Actually, there's a few things that would benefit from additional corruption. So again, it's still something I keep an eye out on. Hey girl, what you doing? Oh, I'm stuck? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh god, okay. I got really glitched for a second. I don't know if I like dashed into the fucking... I don't know, that was wild. I do like that the procs, like the Nightfall procs, don't seem to be on the same like cooldown. They seem to be on their own thing. So whenever I see him come up, I can just proc away. Yeah, he's still immune. Must be nice. Must be nice. Oh, nerd, you're wrecked. Ooh. We lose some agility, but I think everything else we gain is going to be worth it. Also, it's a blue, and blues make me happy. I don't have a necklace. Give me the blue. Where is it? Oh, is my inventory full? Hold on. Oh. Okay. Woo. Oh, I'm not level 39. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Good to point. What is... Where... Oh, I think it's over here. Or no, who is... I think there's some monk, right? There's someone else behind this wall. Ah. Oh, library. Good point. Yeah, I know there is a extra boss behind the wall, but maybe not the one he was looking at. Get me in here. You think you could stop me? Oh my, again, I can't even, I have to actually growl the Pulacra off of that person. That was so much damage. Oh, look at all this. I'm gonna throw away some things that I probably shouldn't be throwing away, but I want my inventory space. I'm gonna say I don't think that's the only hidden boss for this one. Right, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's anything else out here. See, I like that group. Even though we were down, everyone was friendly. No issues with anyone in there. So, as I hope you can see, I mean, our damage looked not as good next to the person dealing 700 per second. That's a little ridiculous. But I really see a lot of potential for this build. I saw a comment that this build may have a huge spike at level 50. I want to agree. because I think we're only getting tankier. We're only gonna find new synergies. Oh, is this another? Let me get this spell. This is another corrupted bear guy. Can I find out? He looks like he is. I'm assuming because he's also Derek. All right, they tint him down. Oh, but I wonder what he's got. Good for him. I almost want to ask him, but I don't want to spoil it for myself. Okay, we won't. Good luck, Zip SD ZD. But yeah, so I think that is gonna call it for this episode. We have a few talent points to spend. We didn't get many levels, but we got some. To anyone curious, I'm still kind of theory crafting where we're gonna go. Obviously at level 40 we'll unlock a new row of talent points, so I'm still trying to decide if that's something we maybe wait off or if there's something that's going to be good enough to get right now. Immediately survival of the fittest sounds really good, so I might go with that. I think natural reaction is also really good. I have to look into that more. Frenzied regeneration actually is this frenzy regeneration we just need. Like I cannot stress that enough. It is one of my favorite druid spells, just tanking and then getting all of your health back. Combine that with the fell armor, which we are already benefiting from. We're definitely going frenzy regeneration. Now for everything else, we'll find out. You'll find out next video. Now again, we'll do another time skip, so to speak. So maybe around level 45, we'll kind of come back. Now, if anyone wants to see smaller increments, you know, instead of 10 levels or so, if we think it would be better to come back every 5 levels, let me know. But I think the 10 level gives us enough time to kind of develop something new and interesting without having to talk about the same stuff. So until then, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, any comments, recommendations, definitely let me know. And have a fantastic day. All right, bye-bye.